San Diego real estate has been on fire these past few years, with certain areas seeing massive jumps in home values, some with over 70% appreciation in just 5 years. So if you're thinking about buying or investing or just want to see which neighborhoods are growing the fastest, then you're going to want to stick around. I'm going to be breaking down the top cities with the biggest home value increases, why they've blown up, and if I think the home prices are just going to continue to rise over here. So let's get into it. By the way, my name is Nick, and you guys are reaching out all the time, and we love helping you out. So if you're thinking about making a move in or around San Diego, just shoot us a text, shoot us an email, or just straight up give us a call so we can help you save a ton of time and help you with your real estate goals right here in San Diego, or possibly one of these booming areas. When I started going through the data and seeing how much some of these areas had appreciated over the last few years, I was literally blown away. So I'm super excited to share some of this with you guys. But let's jump into number 6, which is going to be San Marcos, which saw an appreciation gain of about 59% in the last 5 years. And currently the average home value is at about $955,000. Now, there's quite a few reasons on why San Marcos is booming right now and why it is going to continue to boom. And the first one being that it is an education hub. It's home to the big Cal State San Marcos, which is a huge college. You also have Palomar College here. And not only that, this place is home to some top rated public schools. Everything from elementary schools all the way up to high schools are really highly rated. And for an average home value of being, around or right below $1 million, this is a hot spot because people see the affordability and they see how good these schools are. So it is a real family friendly area. Now, the next thing we're seeing over here is going to be the new housing and commercial growth. And here in San Diego County, we don't have a lot of this going on, but San Marcos definitely does. You're gonna have a mix of modern townhomes, you're gonna have master plan communities, and just newer homes in general. And especially when it comes to the growth in the retail sector over here, you have North City, which is gonna be really cool once it's completely built out. And you also have something I grew up knowing was the old Restaurant Row over there off of San Marcos Boulevard. They are completely demoing this huge area and they're gonna be redeveloping that as well. And definitely have to mention the very awesome location. It's very central here in North County, San Diego, so you can get to the beaches within 25, 30 minutes. You can get down to San Diego proper or the airport within 45 minutes. And even if you just want lakes and trails, you have all that just within San Marcos. So again, it just has a ton of outdoor recreation going for it, and it's just very family friendly. Now, is this an area that's gonna continue to boom? Oh yes, I 100% think so, especially seeing where the home value is still to this day at $955 for your median home. That's not bad at all. I could see that tickering up, well past $1 million in the next couple of years, but we'll see. Next, we're gonna head over to Encinitas, which saw about 67% appreciation in the past 5 years, with the average home value currently at about $1,820,000. And there's a ton of reasons on why Encinitas is such a booming area with these home prices. And I think the major one is it's just got a coastal lifestyle that everybody wants. So it's in very popular demand. Everybody wants to live here because it has a cool lifestyle. I mean, you have everything from walkability to some of the most gorgeous beaches here in San Diego. If you like fine dining, you have a ton of amazing restaurants and even some casual options too if you just want to go grab a burrito. But it just has this very laid back lifestyle that people absolutely love. And it does just have a tight housing market over here. There's fewer homes that come up for sale over here. You have fewer new builds. So this drives the prices up dramatically. And you can see that in the numbers just when I went over those. But it's a place that I think is going to continue to rise in prices just because for what you get in the lifestyle in some of these homes here, it is just, you can't beat it. Sure, you can find that same thing in La Jolla, but guess what? You're paying 2, maybe 3 times the amount. So I think Encinitas is still a little bit of a gem and people are finally catching on. So it'll be interesting to see what home prices do in the next few years. Now we're gonna head up over to Vista, which saw a 70% increase in home prices in the past 5 years, with the median home price currently at $830,000. And Vista is hands down a booming area. And the first thing that I notice is that median home value being in the 800s. That seems very, very low still because there is just so much affordability over here in Vista. And I'm seeing people that live in Carlsbad and Encinitas that just can't afford it anymore. And they're literally flocking to Vista because guess what? You get basically the same lifestyle. You're only about 20 minutes from the beach. So you can go have that coastal lifestyle and head back home to your bigger house and bigger property for a better price. There's a ton of development happening here, and I'd call it more of a revitalization, especially in the downtown Vista area or Vista Village. They are revamping this entire area, and it's already pretty darn good if you ask me. You got a ton of breweries over here, some really good restaurants if you want to grab pizza or ice cream, and it has this very cute kind of country feel to it. And again, you're not far from the ocean and all that stuff that people want on the coast. You have it right here in Vista, which is amazing, and it's just gonna continue to grow and get better and better. And especially when it comes to the real estate, not only just the prices, but some of these homes out here are amazing for what you get, especially if you like those more established neighborhoods with the big mature trees and homes that have a little bit more character. Vista is going to be an awesome spot, and I definitely know that home prices are going to continue to grow and boom over here in Vista, so it's going to be cool to see what happens in the future. And guys, if you were getting any value from this video, it'd mean the world to us if you just go down there, hit that like button, and I'm always curious to know what you guys are thinking. Do you think some of these areas are going to start to go down in price, or do you think some of these areas, you kind of agree with me, they're going to keep booming and going up because of some of these reasons? I'd love to hear it. Just drop it down there below in the comments. Let's head back over to the beach and talk about Oceanside, which saw an appreciation gain of about 71% in the past 5 years, with the average home value currently being at about $864,000. Now, there is a lot going on in Oceanside, and Oceanside, you got to keep in mind, it's a big, big area, but there is a lot of development happening here, especially when you get over to the coastal zones. You're going to see a lot of commercial properties that are, were once auto body shops being converted into really high-end restaurants and bars and just fun places to hang out. You have the 2 new luxury hotels over there near the pier, and there's just so much redevelopment going on, and it's kind of putting Oceanside on the map. A lot of people never really talked about it. Now it seems to be a big talking point, and it's a very affordable beach city too at the moment, which I don't know how long that's going to last, because again, Oceanside is a big place. So as you head more east into Oceanside, the prices get a little more friendly, but as you get closer to the coast where all the walkability is and the restaurants, it gets a little bit more expensive. And as a person that actually lives here and can see what the growth is actually like and how week in, week out things are changing, it is very impressive to me. And I think that we are going to be pretty shocked on where home prices go over the past few years, especially when you look at some of the neighboring coastal areas like Carlsbad, Encinitas, La Jolla. All of those areas are very expensive, and when you look at Oceanside, you kind of realize prices aren't that bad yet. Now we're going to head to a town just south known as Carlsbad, which saw some huge appreciation of about 84% in the last 5 years, with the average home value currently being at about $1,487,000. And wow, 84% is a huge number. So if you own a home in Carlsbad or bought years ago, you are extremely stoked. But there's actually a lot of stuff fueling this boom over here in Carlsbad, and one of them is going to be the job growth and the tech growth over here. You have a ton of new corporate offices that have a ton of high-paying jobs, which is really fueling the demand up here, and it is overall a very family-friendly area with some top-tier schools. So you have a lot of families that are actually moving here because it's known to have some award-winning schools, and it has those safe neighborhoods that everybody wants to be in. And one thing I've kind of noticed is it's got that real coastal living without it being overcrowded. Now, don't get me wrong, it definitely gets crowded here in the summer months, but compared to like Encinitas and La Jolla, oh, it does not feel like that at all. And it's probably because it has that more suburban type of lifestyle, especially when you go into some of these neighborhoods. You'll know there's a lot of neighborhoods, and really the downtown area is just there on the coast and known as Carlsbad Village. Really fun spot. But overall, do I see Carlsbad going up in prices a lot more? I don't know how much more, but to see those significant numbers in the past few years is very impressive. But I do think this is a place that will continue to get people wanting to move, and we won't have a ton of inventory moving forward. Now we're going to move on to the final area that saw the biggest home price increase, which was going to kind of throw us all for a loop because it's actually in South County and known as Chula Vista, and it's on an appreciation rate of about 84% in the past 5 years, with the average home price currently being at about $840,000. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this was the only area that wasn't in North County on this entire list. So I was very surprised to see this, but there's actually a lot of reasons on why Chula Vista is booming, and it makes a lot of sense. And the first one's going to be that it is got new builds galore. It's like one of the only areas where you can actually find new construction homes because they actually have room to build over here, especially get to the east side of Chula Vista, get to Otay Ranch area. You got some really beautiful homes over here, some that are new-ish, and then a lot of new construction, which is really nice to see and refreshing because people love the new construction. And you have the massive Bayfront redevelopment, which is over $1 billion project where you're gonna have luxury hotels, you're gonna have retail, and it's just gonna be just a good boost for the economy down here in general. Not to mention the location's a big thing too, because you saw the median home value, the prices are still very affordable. So you have a lot of people flocking down here to get those affordable homes and still have accessibility to get to downtown San Diego if they work there or somewhere else in Chula Vista. So it is a great location for that. Now, I do see prices, especially where the home value is being right now, I do see prices definitely just continuing to go up over here. It's gonna be one of those areas, especially with the new construction, that's gonna be a hit. So there you have it, the fastest growing cities here in San Diego County. But the real question is, are prices going to continue to rise like this, or are we at a peak? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. And I have a couple other videos right here that you might find helpful as well. I'll see you there.